I'm about to share something that saved my family from complete destruction. We were days away from not speaking to each other ever again. All because of one question. Who takes care of mom and dad? Maybe you're facing this right now. Your parents are getting older. They need help. And suddenly, siblings who used to be close are at each other's throats. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about elder care. It doesn't just strain relationships. It absolutely destroys them. Permanently. I've seen families torn apart over this issue more than anything else. More than money. More than inheritance. More than old childhood grudges. But Therese, one scripture that changed everything for us. And I mean everything. Within 2 weeks of applying what this verse taught us, we went from screaming matches to working together. From resentment to respect. From chaos to clarity. Let me take you back to where our story began. My mother had just fallen for the 3rd time in 2 months. She broke her wrist. My father couldn't lift her anymore. His back was giving out. They needed help. Real help. Not just occasional visits. I have 3 siblings. We all live in different states. We all have our own families. Our own jobs. Our own financial pressures. And we all had very different ideas about what should happen next. My older brother thought dad should go to assisted living immediately. He had the money saved up. Why not use it? My sister insisted they move in with her. She had the space. She could quit her job. My younger brother said we should hire full-time care. Keep them in their home, their independence. And me? I honestly didn't know what to think. Every option seemed wrong somehow. Every choice felt like a betrayal. How do you make these decisions? How do you choose what's best when everyone disagrees? The arguments started small. Little comments during family calls. Passive-aggressive texts. Then they escalated. Voices were raised. Old wounds were reopened. My brother brought up something from 20 years ago. My sister stopped answering my calls. We were falling apart. Fast. And our parents were caught in the middle. Watching their children destroy each other while trying to help them. Can you imagine how that must have felt for them? Then one Sunday, I heard a sermon that stopped me cold. The pastor read from 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But this is the one who has not provided for his relatives, and especially for his household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Worse than an unbeliever. Those words hit me like a freight train. It'd been so focused on being right. On my solution being the best. That it'd forgotten the actual point. This wasn't about winning an argument. This was about honoring my parents. But here's what really transformed everything. It wasn't just that verse alone. It was understanding what provide actually means in the original context. The Greek word used there doesn't just mean financial support. It means to think ahead. To consider beforehand. To plan with foresight. Suddenly I realized our entire approach was wrong. We weren't thinking ahead. We were reacting. Fighting. Defending our positions. But none of us had actually sat down and asked the most important questions. What do mom and dad actually want? What are their fears? Their hopes? Their non-negotiables? I called an emergency family meeting. Not to argue. Not to convince anyone. But to listen. Really listen. And I started with a simple proposal. Before we decide anything, let's ask them. Sounds obvious, right? But in all our fighting, None of us had actually had an honest conversation with our parents about their wishes. We'd assumed. We'd guessed. We'd projected our own fears onto them. But we hadn't asked. So we sat down together. All of us. And we asked Dad what scared him most about getting older. You know what he said? Being a burden. That's it. He didn't care where he lived. He didn't care about the money. He just didn't want to feel like he was ruining our lives. Mom's answer was different. She was terrified of losing her independence. Of being treated like a child. Of having strangers make decisions about her body, her schedule, her dignity. She wanted control over her own life for as long as possible. Those two answers changed everything. Because suddenly we weren't fighting about solutions anymore. We were working together toward clear goals. Keep Dad from feeling like a burden. Preserve Mom's independence and dignity. We realized that no single solution would work. My brother's idea of assisted living? It addressed safety but threatened independence. My sister's offer to have them move in? It risked making Dad feel like a burden. Hiring full-time care? Expensive and potentially invasive, so we created a hybrid approach. We set up a rotation system. Each of us would take 1 week per month. During that week, we'd stay at their house. Help with whatever they needed. Doctor's appointments. Grocery shopping. Yard work. Companionship. For the remaining week each month, we hired a part-time helper. Someone who came 3 days a week. Light housekeeping. Meal prep. Nothing invasive. Nothing that made them feel incompetent. But here's the key. We made them part of every decision. We didn't decide for them. We decided with them. When the helper started, Mom interviewed her. Mom set the schedule. Mom determined what help she wanted and what she could still do herself. Was it perfect? No. Did we still disagree sometimes? Absolutely. But we had a framework now. A shared understanding. We were providing for them. Not just financially. Not just physically. But emotionally and spiritually too. That scripture taught us something crucial. Honoring your parents isn't about finding the perfect solution. It's about the process. It's about thinking ahead together. Planning with wisdom. Considering their dignity at every step. Let me tell you what happened next. Within 3 months, the change was remarkable. Dad stopped apologizing for needing help. He actually started enjoying our visits instead of dreading them. Mom regained confidence. She knew she had support but also autonomy. And us siblings? We became closer than we'd been in decades. Because we learned to work as a team. To value each other's input. To recognize that different perspectives aren't threats. They're assets. Now I want to address something important. Maybe you're thinking, that's great for your family, but mine is different. We don't have 4 siblings to rotate. We don't have the money for part-time help. We don't have parents who are reasonable. I hear you. Every family situation is unique. Your challenges are real. Your constraints are valid. But the principle still applies. Provide doesn't mean having all the resources. It means using wisdom with whatever resources you have. Maybe you're an only child. You can't rotate with siblings. But you can build a support network. Church members. Neighbors. Friends. Community resources. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to help when asked directly. Maybe finances are tight. You can't afford paid help. But you can provide in other ways. Your time. Your attention. Your advocacy. Helping them navigate Medicare. Organizing their medications. Making their home safer. Maybe your parents aren't cooperative. They refuse help. They're stubborn. They won't listen. That's incredibly hard. But even then, you can provide by setting boundaries. By taking care of yourself so you don't burn out. By modeling healthy behavior even when they won't follow. The scripture doesn't promise this will be easy. It doesn't guarantee your parents will appreciate your efforts. It doesn't say everyone will agree or that conflict will disappear. What it does say is that this matters. Deeply. Spiritually. Eternally. Here's something else we learned. Elder care isn't just about the elderly. It's about the next generation watching. My kids saw how we treated their grandparents. They're learning right now how families handle aging. How they treat the vulnerable. How they resolve conflict. What lesson do you want them to learn? That when people get old and inconvenient, you ship them off and forget about them. Or that family means showing up even when it's hard? That dignity matters at every age? That love is demonstrated through sacrifice? I think about that often now. My kids are watching. They're forming their beliefs about aging. About family. About what it means to honor someone. And one day, they'll be the aging parent. What precedent am I setting? Let me share some practical steps that work for us. First, start the conversation early. Don't wait for a crisis. Talk about aging while everyone's still healthy. What are their wishes? Their fears? Their plans? Document everything. Second, involve all stakeholders. Every sibling. Every close family member. Even if they can't help directly, they should be informed. Secrets and exclusion breed resentment. Transparency builds trust. Third, establish clear roles. Who handles finances? Who manages medical decisions? Who does physical care? Who coordinates schedules? When everyone knows their responsibility, there's less conflict. Fourth, schedule regular family meetings. We do ours monthly. We discuss what's working. What's not. What needs to change. It keeps everyone on the same page. Prevent small issues from becoming big problems. Fifth, prioritize self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you burn out, you help no one. Take breaks. Ask for help. Set boundaries. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Sixth, seek outside support. Join a caregiver support group. Talk to a counselor. Connect with others facing similar challenges. You're not alone in this. Don't try to be a hero. Seventh, remember grace. You'll make mistakes. Your siblings will too. Your parents will be difficult sometimes. Extend grace. Forgive quickly. Focus on progress, not perfection. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. Elder care will change you. It will stretch you. It will reveal parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Some good. Some not so good. Embrace the growth. It will also give you unexpected gifts. Deeper conversations with your parents. Stories you've never heard. Wisdom you didn't know they possessed. Moments of connection that become precious memories. My dad passed away last year. Peacefully. At home. Surrounded by family. In his final weeks, he told me something he'll never forget. He said he was grateful. Not for the illness. But for how it brought us together. For how it showed him he wasn't a burden. He was loved. That conversation was worth every difficult moment. Every argument we worked through. Every sacrifice we made. Because in the end, we gave him what he needed most. Not perfect care. But faithful presence. So if you're facing this challenge right now, take heart. It's hard. It will test you. But it's also an opportunity. To honor those who raised you. To model Christ-like love. To build family bonds that last. That one scripture transformed us. Not because it gave us easy answers. But because it gave us the right question. Not what's easiest for me, but how do I faithfully provide? How do I honor? How do I love well? Start there. Ask that question. Involve your family. Listen to your parents. Seek wisdom. Extend grace. And watch what God does. He specializes in redeeming hard situations. In bringing beauty from ashes. In using our obedience to create something meaningful. Your family's story doesn't have to end in division. It can end in unity. In love. In honor. But it starts with a choice. The choice to provide. To think ahead. To value relationships over being right. Make that choice today. Your future self will thank you.